Now let us see the biological importance of sodium and potassium. See, a healthy 70 kg man will be having 70 grams of sodium in it, 170 grams of potassium in it, in comparison to only 5 grams of iron and 0.06 grams of copper. So from this very simple analysis, you can analyze how important this sodium and potassium are. These sodium and potassium are very, very important ions in the body, and they play a very important role in, and they regulate some of the very important functions like, which has been listed down here, like they are the ones which regulates the nerve signal transmissions. They are the ones, mainly the sodium, this work goes to the sodium. They regulates nerve signal transmission. Then they also regulates the water flow across the cell membrane. Then they helps in the transportation of or passing of the sugar and amino acids across the cell membrane. Then most important, what we find is the potassium ion is more active in its function than the sodium ion. It's more penetrating, and that is why what we find is it is the one which is actually controlling all these things in a much better way, in a much larger way. That is why the potassium ion's concentration or amount of potassium in the body is much more than the sodium even. What we find is it is the one which interacts with the enzymes, the ATPs and other molecules in a very, very effective way. Other important thing is that our body basically works on a sodium potassium pump that regulates our water content and maintains our temperature, etc. That you may be knowing, or you can ask your bio teachers, which can explain you in a much better way. Now the sodium potassium pump that consumes the maximum amount of energy in our body is the main pump which works in the body due to the exchange of the sodium potassium ions across the cell membrane, and that consumes maximum amount of energy, is being actually regulated by these ions. So these are the basic biological functions of the sodium and potassium.